understand you here you go again. You've gotten in trouble with your conference for having a little fun. What's all this about?
Well, they didn't like my tweet, Paul. So I guess
you
they're called I
you
guess they're
po-
called mimes or something. So I technically
yeah.
didn't really like say anything, but so I guess that there is no freedom to tweet around here, I guess.
Yeah, and this was after you were critical of you were basically being critical of the officials, right?
Yeah, I didn't say anything after the game, but I wasn't very pleased after the game on a number of calls. And so, one of those things that never matters, you talk to the conference office and they actually said they were in agreement that there were a number of, inconsistencies in the calls during the game, and one that was on their final drive, which had a lot to do with the outcome. So, they never give you the game back when that happens, but it is what it is. We're moving forward.
Yeah. Anyway, First Amendment is alive and well, but apparently not in your conference.
No, it's not.
Well, let me get into a more pressing issue for our audience, and I am sorry about the way that game ended. But as everyone in the country knows, Tua has been hurt. Before we even talk about the injury, I would like to ask you the first time you heard about Tua and how you decided to go after him.
Well, let's see. It would have been we had signed Jalen the year before, and had known about this kid out in Hawaii, and actually was a kid. He grew up a USC fan, so there was a connection there where he was kind of grew up wanting to go to USC and had seen the quarterbacks there we had and all that, so that kind of made it an easy connection. And actually, his dad called me one day and said, "Hey, we want to come to Alabama," and I'm going, "Wait, you're in Hawaii? You sure? You've never even been here?" But what I really liked about the whole thing was, so I went out, flew out, saw him work out, all those things, and I at the time kind of made in my write up, said, this kind of reminds me of Steve Young, very smooth left-hander, that great feet and unbelievable accuracy and release. And the thing that impressed me the most was that he signed after Jalen. Jalen had just was the SEC Offensive Player of the Year. It's first since Herschel Walker in '81, and the fact that you could go anywhere in the country as one of arguably the top quarterback in the country, and you go there, that's so unusual. But that just shows you how competitive that he was. And actually, it's funny now, we signed two that year. Mac Jones actually, which is even crazier, after Tua had committed, Mac Jones did the same thing. So we signed those three guys within 1 year. Says a lot about both those guys to me.
Did Coach Kiffin? Obviously Jalen was a spectacular player, but I remember talking to you before Tua, I think, committed, or maybe in the area around that same time, and you were raving about him. You said you've got to see this guy play. So obviously you knew. You saw, but did you know? And I'm also interested in what the reaction of your boss, Nick Saban, was when you first told him about Tua.
Well, first off, had seen him twice. I went out to see him in Hawaii. Then he came and he threw out there. And, I said, the guy's like a jugs machine. Like, it literally was like, when you put a jugs machine, you point it at something, and you throw 50 balls, they're all come out the same. It was amazing, his accuracy that he would throw with. And, and then he came out to Alabama and, went to a camp there, and coach saw him and really liked him as well. And so it was just a crazy story, that here's a kid from Hawaii. And I've always thought that, Coach Saban's decision to change the offense, that first year, after the kick six game, and then the Sugar Bowl to Oklahoma, and said, I want to change. That changed Alabama's, to me, national perception of kids and the ability to recruit skilled players, meaning quarterbacks and receivers. You could always get defensive linemen. You could always get offensive linemen, any defensive players. But Alabama really hadn't been, a place that a kid in California, or Hawaii like this, just like their committed quarterback now is from California, say, okay, I'm going to go to Alabama to play, because the knock was always Coach Saban was a game manager. Don't go there because you're not going to catch a lot of balls, and you're not going to have a lot of stats at quarterback. So I really feel like he changed the future of Alabama. And then you look at it after that change, and Blake Sims' first year there, here comes Jalen Hurts from Texas and Tua from Hawaii, and actually even before that, Blake Barnett from California, and then Jonah Williams from California and Najee Harris from California. I think that change by him, everyone knows what it did for the offense and what it's still doing today. But what it did for national recruiting, I think, has been overlooked.
Coach, finally, I know you're at Florida Atlantic and you signed a big deal there, but would you entertain an offer to come back to the SEC in some role?
Well, I'm really happy here, Paul. I know all coaches say that, but I'm not one to just give coach speak.
No.
As you get older, I think you value different things, and so, when you're younger, a lot of times you're chasing money and titles, how big is a job and all those things. So I'm very happy here. I think we got something pretty neat going on here with, I don't know now, I guess, something like 24 wins or something like that in 3 seasons when they had 9 to 3 before. So a lot of really good young players. So I'm very happy here, and it's a great place to live. As you get older, you kind of appreciate where you live too.
But you wouldn't rule it out?
No one would, rule that out. But, it would have to be, again, as you go through things in places, you got to be the right leadership and people that really, are dedicated to doing the things to win a national championship. Not just, I'm not going to take some job just because you make some more money, or it's a bigger conference. It's got to be somewhere with people that want to, win national championships.
What's up? Thank you so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. Don't forget to download the ESPN app, and if you want more premium content, which you do, make sure that you subscribe to ESPN+. See you soon.